Hello everyone, it's Brian. I'm here to review Fear the Walking Dead Season 5, Episode 12, Ner Tamid. I gotta say, I didn't really enjoy this episode. It was just okay. I think it was the worst episode of the second half of the season. Someone said this would be a Charlie Bottle episode, but even though we had John and June and some Dwight, this episode was pretty bland. And there was also some Sarah as well in this episode, but their roles were very minimum. So the episode starts out with Rabbi Jacob Kessner, a new character doing a Jewish prayer, and he goes outside his church to kill some walkers. Charlie saves him and they introduce themselves. We eventually at nighttime we get this poor walker who just gets absolutely demolished by the truck convoy. And, I mean seriously, I was feeling really nauseous at the scene because I just ate some strawberries like 5 minutes prior, and that walker got turned into chunks. I mean, serious walker abuse right there. I mean, so gross. That's probably one of the grossest things I've seen in Fear in a long time. So yeah. Um. Anyway, at the camp we see John, June, Sarah, Dwight all talking, and Dwight notices that someone's missing, but we still get no Wendell or the kids this episode, and I really don't know where they could be, but anyway, enough with them. So back with Charlie and Jacob, they kill some walkers, and Charlie offers to give Jacob some car batteries for helping her because the light in Jacob's church is like a symbolic eternal flame. It's a Jewish tradition or something. So basically, it's just important to Jacob, and he wants the light to keep going. So Charlie goes on the walkie-talkie and talks to June, telling her that she ran away from the group to look for a home base, and Charlie thinks the church will work. Somehow June and John get there, even though we don't see Charlie telling them on screen, so that was a little weird. Anyways, Jacob he relocks a bunch of walkers back into the building, and I immediately knew this was his congregation. It was obvious. It's a common writing thing. It's easy to detect. Also, does anyone think that Fear might be copying characters from the main show? I mean, first we get Wes, who's kind of a Heath copycat, and now we get Jacob, who is kind of like a Father Gabriel 2.0. I don't know. Please let me know what you thought in the comments. So anyway, John and June get there, and they socialize with Jacob. We get this funny moment where John puts his cowboy hat over a yarmulke that Jacob gave him, so that was really funny. I hope John sticks around. Don't want him to die anytime soon in Fear. So outside, June and Charlie, they talk about living in the church, but it can't really work out. June mentions a few good points like water and stuff, and the fences are weak. Also, the convoy group is apparently 36 people, so that's interesting. I'm glad we finally got some confirmation. Things like that are always nice touches. So, uh, anyway, Sarah and Dwight drink some beers and they talk until Dwight sees Logan's group's convoy, and so as a result, they pack up quickly and leave, leaving their tents behind. Charlie is very set on making the church their home. She is just tired of constantly moving, and I don't really care. I mean, if she wanted to find a home for the group to partially make up for killing Nick last season, I would have liked that a lot more than what we got. But she's just no, she's just tired of on the road, and I don't know. I just don't care about her motive, like in finding a home. Um, Eventually, Jacob's congregation gets free, and they surround the group in the church, trapping them. John and June make a plan. They use a ladder to get down from the roof, and then they use the ladder to make a bridge, well, multiple bridges, so that they can get past the walkers from one car to the next, which is actually really brilliant. I mean, that is a really cool thing. I don't think we've ever seen that in The Walking Dead. Um, so also it turns out that the guy that Dwight spared last episode went back to Logan and he didn't change, so I guess that was pretty much pointless. He's back, he's with Logan, he's evil, I guess. So anyway, back with John and June, they almost get out of there, but they lose the ladder, so they're trapped and they have to leave the church even though Charlie doesn't want to. She's crying, and I just don't care. I can't explain it. I just do not feel for Charlie's character. I just cannot feel for her like I do for Alicia. It just doesn't work. So Jacob convinces Charlie for them to leave, and he mentions how he stopped believing in God when the world ended, and is just holding onto the past. And it turns out he left his congregation, and then eventually he was on his own for weeks, and then eventually came back, saw they're all dead, that kind of thing. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And he believes that because he left, he gave up on his fate and he lived, that means something to him. So anyway, they distract the walkers with a horn and trap them in his church. Sarah and Dwight run out of gas, but John and the others make it back in time with their SWAT truck and scare Logan's group away. They reunite with each other and find out. Apparently, we find out that Sarah is Jewish. I really did not see that coming. So anyway, John and Dwight talk about what Logan and his group are possibly doing, and we see Logan's driving to a place with rocks, and I don't know what Logan is doing, but he's just not an interesting villain. We see them drive towards the place and the episode ends. It looks like Wendell and the kids are finally going to appear next episode. Looks like there's a shootout and a lot of action and the groups fighting each other. Finally, I'm so glad we're finally getting this. It's about time. However, like I said before, this episode just didn't work for me. Charlie is not a character to drive an episode, and we still didn't get a single death or injury in this episode. I mean, think about it. In 12 episodes of Fear the Walking Dead Season 5, we haven't had a death or injury from any of the Fear characters. This is supposed to be The Walking Dead, It just, I don't know, it just feels like the group has just been way too lucky, you know what I mean? Also, as you guys, uh, so that's pretty much it for the episode and next episode. And there's something else I should talk about. So, as you guys know, I mentioned it last time. I'm going on a 2-week trip to Israel with my family. So, this is probably going to be my last video for a while until I get back. It's going to take me some time to make episode 13 and 14 reviews for Fear. Um, Also, I don't know if it, I mean, I don't know, but maybe it was a coincidence, but it seems very strange that I'm going to Israel soon with my family, and we get a Jewish character in Fear, and an episode that focuses a lot on Judaism. I guess, I guess I'll take this as a sign that I have to go on the trip, and I will. Um, so anyway, I'll try to reply and comment with you guys, but it won't be easy. It's not going to be easy during the trip, and uh, so that's pretty much it. Um, that's it for my review of Fear the Walking Dead. Please let me know what you thought of this episode down below. And until I can come back, take care, guys. Bye.